Assalamualaikum. I'm ZAARA Jasmine from Tree Hibiscus, and the book I'll be talking about today is Assassination Classroom. There was a squid monster who destroyed 70% of the moon and is now doing the same thing to Earth. However, he decided to give humanity a chance to overcome this ordeal by allowing him to teach a group of students, also known as Class 3, with regular studies and the art of assassination. The objective of Class 3E is to assassinate their homeroom teacher within a year's time. The government offers a 10 billion yen offering to the students who successfully assassinates their teacher. The next day, the students are introduced to said monster, and the government supplies the students with any technical weapons. Thus, the assassination begins. After seeing their teacher move at supersonic speed, they soon realized that killing their teacher was no easy job. Then he was given the name Koro-sensei, which means unkillable teacher in Japanese. As time passes, more plot begins to thicken, and by that I mean a lot more. The student began to become attached to their teacher because they soon realized that he is not as bad as the government said he is, which eventually separates the classroom into two groups, one that wants to kill him and the other to save him. So the other teacher decided to set up a competition for the two groups in the hopes of reuniting them. The group who wants to save Koro-sensei ended up winning the competition, which led to the group who wants him dead to side with them. Now, let's turn back time to what happened to Koro-sensei and how he made him to be. Koro-sensei was initially a cold-hearted human assassin. He was betrayed by his apprentice and abducted by a group of scientists who experimented on him. Turns out, this group of scientists were the cause of the destroyed moon as a result of a failed experiment. While he was kept captive, he fell in love with a female scientist who told him stories about her students in Class 3E. It's the exact same class he's actually currently teaching. After many experiments, he begins to develop many unnatural powers. He takes advantage of these powers and attempts to escape. Throughout his escape, he destroys the facility that was experimenting on him and held him captive. Unfortunately, in the process, the woman he fell in love with dies. With her dying breath, she told him that he could have been something more than just a cold-blooded killer. After escaping the scene, his body began to transform into a monstrous form. He then began to think about what the woman he loved told him before she died, and he decided to teach the students in Class 3E. We then find out because of the experiments, he was given a limited lifespan for 1 year. His body would eventually explode after that. That's the result of why the moon exploded. As time passes by, the government decided to take action to eliminate Koro-sensei themselves. They trapped him into an anti-monster barrier and launched a laser that would initially misses him. His former apprentice, the one who betrayed him, injects himself with the same exact serum Koro-sensei injected with, which in what he hopes of killing him within the anti-monster barrier. as Koro-sensei and his old apprentice fight it out of the students of Class E watches as their teacher fights and cheers for his victory. Koro-sensei ultimately wins, but is weakened and no longer be able to move. The students then notice the government is recharging the blast, so they ran to warn their teacher. Koro-sensei then asked all the students to gather around him and perform their initial task of assassinating him. In a tear-jerking moment, Koro-sensei begins to perform his final words. Afterwards, he is then stabbed in the heart by Nagisa, which causes his body to fade away. That's roughly what the whole plot of this story is about. I highly suggest that you read the whole story, as I missed out a bunch of other fillers and focus on the main plot in this. So I hope you like this story and take some effort to read it. Thank you. Bye.